My dear species fellows, 3 months into the war in Gaza, thousands of Palestinians, including a large number of children, have been martyred by the Israeli Defense Forces. What is the end goal of Israel, for which it has unleashed unprecedented death and destruction? Israel's stated objective is that it wants to destroy Hamas. This is not credible. This is not credible because Israel is meting genocide like collective punishment to all Palestinians, not just Hamas. Is Israel goal then to create a greater Israel by forcibly pushing the Palestinians into neighboring Arab countries or elsewhere? If that be the objective, then Israel is certainly overestimated what its brutal force can achieve and underestimated the resilience of Palestinians who seem determined not to leave the land on which their ancestors had lived for millennia. The Palestine-Israel conflict is a complex issue. One land, two calamities: the Jews and the Palestinians. The root of this conflict lie in the decision of British in 1917 called Balfour Declaration to settle the Jews of the Europe in the Palestine. Once a sufficient number of Jews had reached and displaced the local Arab population, the British took this matter to the UN in 1947, where it was agreed to have two separate states, the Israel and the Palestine. However, Israel has never allowed the two-state solution to work and continue its brutal occupation to the helpless Palestinian. The issue also has an ideological dimension. The state of Israel was created for the Jews of the world. The name itself comes from Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam, the son of Hazrat Ishaq and grandson of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam was also known as Bani Israel, the descendant of Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam as Bani Israel. The successor of Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam, Hazrat Daud and Hazrat Sulaiman, built large kingdoms in this territory. Prophet Musa rescued Bani Israel and reached this land from the Egypt. All these prophets are equally sacred for the Muslims. Add to that Masjid al-Aqsa, which was the Qibla ever. The Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, was ascended to heaven from this land. So Israel has no right to deny the right of Muslim Palestinians to live on this land, as they hold this land with such holy esteem. Israel's continue its atrocities in the name of self-defense. The Hamas action of October 7, 2023 did not take place in a vacuum. As the UN Secretary General had rightly remarked, the Palestinians are under brutal occupation, and the Hamas action was the resistance against the occupying force, which is permissible under international law. Israel firing on Palestinian houses, schools and hospitals has elicited massive protests not only in Muslim or Arab countries but all across, including in the United States. Yet Israel is not ready to listen to these voices. One reason for such a ferocious response could be that domestic criticism for not anticipating the attack from the Hamas. Further, Netanyahu wants to look strong as his domestic popularity is declining. Another reason could be that Arabs and Muslims could not display enough unity against the Israel, such as boycotting Israeli products or even cut off diplomatic ties. My dear species fellows, nevertheless, the pressure is now mounting on Israel. The US cannot continue to ignore the loud calls of the international community for a permanent and immediate ceasefire. Some of the European countries, like the UK, stand with Israel, but its peoples are against this war. Against this war because Israel is a bombardment on civilians in Gaza. Israel is also facing a heavy war costs. Many businesses have closed down in Israel. Major setback for Israel is that the Arab-Israel normalization process is now halted. The US influence in the Middle East has also received a setback. The Arab world is now looking for other options for their security needs. The US has also been widely criticized for casting its veto, thus paralyzing the UN from playing its role to stop the war in Gaza. The objective supported by 153 countries of the world. Now, it is high time for Biden administration to revisit its unqualified support to Israel. Netanyahu's dream of creating a greater Israel is not likely to succeed. But one thing is sure, he and his right-wingers go into the history book as the most ruthless and heartless regime in the world. Pakistan has consistently supported the right of Palestinians to self-determination, and Pakistan also has not recognized the state of the Israel. My dear species fellows, please like, subscribe and share for many more informative and interesting videos. Thank you very much.